Hey, morning guys. This is just a quick reminder video of the some of the stuff we talked about on Monday on the induction day. So I'm just going to quickly rattle through the slides and then take you on a bit of an example of how to navigate some of the website stuff. So remember we basically started off talking about the virtual learning environment, and that consisting of two parts. So there's this sort of formal or core part, which is based around MyBeckett, which is our official virtual learning environment, where you access your modules, your timetable, there's access to the library and MyHub. And then there's sort of informal or peripheral stuff, which is based around the Google apps that we have, the institutional Google Apps license, which gives us access to Google Drive storage, Google Plus social network, Google Hangouts and Blogger and other things like that. So I just quickly rattle through the MyBeckett bits and pieces. So how to access your modules, accessing your timetable, the library and the MyHub bit. Now the modules bit is fairly easy to access, so you just basically go to MyBeckett and click on the modules tab, and this will show up your modules as they appear to you. These are obviously my modules, and similarly if you click on the timetables tab, it'll bring up your timetable, and that's all pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really want to cover that again. What I would like to do is just cover the library stuff and take on a little bit of a walkthrough there. So if we go to the library website, this looks slightly different, but the basic idea is that again I talked about in the session three levels, if you like. So starting from very broad, if you want us to do a very broad search, you could just use the Discover search engine, which effectively is this one here. There's often a search bar for it on the front page of the library website, or even in MyBeckett, and this just allows us to search very quickly for a whole range of resources. So let's say I wanted to look for just something very broad on, see what kind of coaching resources we've got in the library. This brings up all the results. You can see there's nearly 350,000, and we've got books. So these are all books. Some of these where it says electronic resource means it's an ebook as well. So we've got a whole series of books, and then also we've got things like journals as well, where we can have access to full text. So this will basically pull up anything on a particular subject, but as you can see, the search is quite broad, and you then have to start using these refining tools to work down. So you see we've got magazine articles and journal articles and trade publications. There's all kinds of things thrown in here, so often it's a good quick way of finding out what there is, but not a very good way of searching specifically. So what we can do at the next level down is to use, if we only wanted to search for academic resources, we can use a search engine called EBSCO, which searches 22 different databases at once. So if we go back to the library page, and we go down to resources and click on databases, and we hit A to Z, and we look into E for EBSCO. This should take us to the EBSCO initial page, which, as you can see, what we've got is loads of different databases. So we've got a sports discus database, we've got a PsycInfo database, psych articles, so that's obviously for psychology information, Medline, which is probably more got sports physiology, that type of stuff, and a whole range of things. So we could select all of these and search them all at once. If we click continue, it brings us to our search page, and now we could say we'll do coaching and sport, and let's say I wanted to look at something on using questions. I'll click search. Now this is searching all 22 of those databases simultaneously. So you can see I've got a much smaller return here, and again I can use these limiters, so I can, if I wanted to search for stuff that's published more recently, last sort of 15 years, I can do that, or I can search by database. So if I don't want to search Sports Discus, I can click here. I can decide I only want scholarly peer-reviewed journals, and all of a sudden I'm down to a sort of more manageable number here, 127. And it basically, you just work through like that, combining your search terms together. And also we talked about using these field options. So let's say that I felt that questions I wanted to feature really strongly in the article, so I could say that I want that word to appear in the title, and search again, and hopefully this should be a really small number. There we go, just 2. So we can start to mess about with combining different words and using the field limiters and also the refining tools to get down to a specific number of relevant articles. And it's basically exactly the same in Sports Discus. So instead of searching 22 databases, we're just searching the one, which is Sports Discus. And again, that's pretty simple. So if we just went back all the way back to the library, we'll find Sports Discus again under Resources and Databases, A to Z, and this time I'm just going to go S for Sports, and Sports Discus with full text is down at the bottom here. And again, you'll see the interfaces looks exactly the same. So that's probably enough to get you started and get you able to access the MIN library resources and start searching for information. Okay, so hopefully that's